Hey everybody, welcome to Walden Pond. Today is one of my favorite days on a construction site because today we are pouring concrete. Hey everyone, good morning. This is Todd Tank and welcome to another episode of Tank Talk. We're back at the Walden Pond project and we're pouring concrete, which is honestly, in my mind, the most exciting day because once the concrete is poured, there's nothing stopping us from moving forward with this build. And as always, hit that subscribe button, follow us, and don't forget to like us on Facebook. We've done all the critical work. We've got all the under slab plumbing, the electrical conduit, we've done our prep work, we've passed all of our inspections. We had two different pours on this. One, we had a pea stone that goes around the perimeter. Pea stone means it uses smaller aggregate, and we had to get that stone into a small chase to increase the strength between the brick and the block. Now what we're doing is we're using a 57 stone, which is a larger stone, and this is going to give us more structural support for everything that we're doing on top. Now you can see we've got 9 guys here plus a pump truck. It's a busy day here at Walden Pond. A couple of things that I wanted to go over real quickly. We've got all this conduit, that's all our plumbing supplies, all our water supplies. We're running a lot of the water overhead because we can in this instance, but there's an awful lot going on as far as that goes. So we've done our prep work, we've got everything in place, and I double checked the dimensions, which is critical. We've got in this area here, this is the patio, and if you can see, we've got this mesh in here. It's a 4x4 metal. The reason that we put that in here is because it's all gonna be tiled. So we wanna have some added strength to it. Now we're gonna be putting a Ditra, which is a fantastic product, and that's going to create a separation between the concrete slab and also the tile. So basically if the concrete moves or cracks, it's not going to transfer to the tile. But we did want to take every opportunity that we could to make sure that we put some extra reinforcement in here. Now you can see they've got the pump truck coming here, and that's going to go ahead and make it way easier for them to put all this concrete in. We've got this 2x10 sitting in the floor system here. The reason for that is because of the door wall that we have. This is a large 16-foot by 10-foot door wall. We wanted to set this down into the concrete so it's a smoother transition without having a big step up to get over that. It's a little detail, but honestly it's going to make it so much more comfortable for us to be able to get out of the house. This wall is going to have to be a 2x10 wall because of the number of slides that we have. So a little bit of prep work ahead of time is going to make this so much more comfortable for us working forward in the future. So you can see right here we've got our conduit in. These are electrical boxes, and then we've got the pipe running through the conduit over to the outside of the wall here. And this is where we're going to go ahead and feed our electrical lines through. This is just a 120 volt. It's going to be switched for half of it, and the other half is going to remain constant. So if you want to charge phones while you're sitting on the couch or whatever, it'll always be hot. But if you want to have outlets, then you can go ahead and hit the switch and it'll turn on the outlets for your lamps. If you see over through the guys here, we've got all these pipes sticking up out of the ground. This is for a feature that we've never done before, and we actually had to work through the engineering on this and get approval from the county to make sure that what we're doing is acceptable. But what we have going down that hallway are going to be small LED uplights that are going to wash the wall where we've got a feature on the wall. So this is going to be really cool to see. But right now, we've got a 2x6 on top of it to keep everything straight. We've pulled our dimensions. We made sure that it's going to be nice and straight and in the right location. Because what I don't want is I don't want to walk down that hallway and see lights that veer back and forth or that create an uneven distance between the wall and the lighting from the start to the finish. So we've pulled our dimensions and we're really confident that what we've done is going to work. I have a couple other locations in here in the dining area, but I'm just going to chip out the concrete on that because I only need a small section of conduit, and it's going to make it much easier for us to do because it's a very isolated area. As you can see throughout the house, we've got grade stakes set up with nails, and that's to ensure that when this concrete gets poured, we've got a nice, flat, level surface. So once again, level is really important, but more so than level is flat. So we could be a half an inch out of level from one side to the other. That's not my biggest concern. What I don't want is I don't want a half-inch hump in the middle of the floor because that's going to make it harder for us to do our framing and it's going to make it very uncomfortable to walk. Most people wouldn't notice it, but it still just needs to be done properly to make sure that we've got a flat floor. If you notice, this area here is not poured. The reason that we haven't poured it yet and we've got forms up around it is because this is going to be a drop floor for the master bathroom. The reason that we're doing this is because we want to make sure we've got large format tiles and we want to make sure that that floor is perfect. So what's going to happen is our tile setter is going to come in and he's going to do what's called a mud base, and he's going to make sure that this is 100% perfect. So when that tile goes in, we don't have any rocking and rolling, and we've got a perfectly flat floor. The other part of this is that it allows us to do a slope pan for our shower so we can have a curbless entry. So this is really going to take care of a lot of concerns and challenges and allow us to make this master bathroom near perfect. So this will be poured once this sets up a little bit. They'll pull the forms out and they'll go ahead and they'll pour this thing, and it's going to be about 1.5 inches lower than the rest of the floor. And then my tile guy comes in and does his magic. So if you notice inside the house, we've got these areas, well, those are pretty much covered up, but we've got this area here that's already poured. And what this is we've got a footing underneath it, we've got block walls, and we filled them. He's using the vibrator to make sure that everything settles. And this is going to be a bearing wall. It gets very wide in the center here because there are two very heavy load points. And we'll talk about that as we get to it, but there are two large load points that are going to support some of that second floor structure. So we poured these in, got them done. We vibrated it, got the concrete to settle into all the cells, which is the holes in the concrete block. And now we're going to go ahead and pour the concrete. So before we get covered in concrete from the spray, we're going to get out of here.
What I want you to do is click the link in the comments to register into the grand prize drawing to win a weekend at Bald Head Island. We're going to wine you, we're going to dine you, we're going to follow you down the Nancy River here to the dock, and you're going to cut the ribbon and let all of our trades, our subcontractors, our vendors, our family, our friends, and this is going to be a big party in this house, and we want you to come and join us.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Tank Talk.